Okay, so this week, you read about the blessings that Yaakov gave his children before he passed away. And the Torah talks about, at great length, the unique blessings that every one of Yaakov's children got. A lot of metaphor, a lot of comparing the various tribes to various animals. And in the blessings of Yaakov, there aren't just blessings, but there's also a lot of prophecy. Yaakov is highlighting what the role is of each tribe and what they're going to do in the future. And there are two general ways of serving Hashem nowadays that I wanted to explore, which seem to be mutually exclusive, but as we'll see, they're not exclusive at all. And they are the role of the Torah scholar and the role of the businessman. On the surface, there are two different ways of serving Hashem. The first is completely immersed in the world of holiness. All day he's just studying Torah, just involved in an environment that conduces to spirituality, and he's in this oasis, versus the businessman who must engage with the mundane. He has to elevate the mundane and conquer the mundane and use the mundane for holiness, and to use his earnings to support Torah, to support his family's study of Torah, to support other study of Torah. It's a very different role. But as we'll see, these roles are not mutually exclusive, and they're not meant to be mutually exclusive. And we're going to learn today exactly the right and healthy balance between these roles. So let's begin with this. The words the Torah uses are in this week's Torah portion, chapter 49, verse 28, it says, these are Kol Ele Shiftei Yisrael Shnei Masar, all the tribes of the Jewish people are 12. Each person, according to his blessing, he blessed them. So Rashi asks, he should have said, each man according to his blessing, he blessed him. Why does he say he blessed them? The answer is that the Torah describes Yehuda being powerful like a lion, and Binyamin having the power to grab like a wolf, and Naphtali having the power to run like a gazelle. So you might think that Yaakov did not include all of his children in all the blessings. Therefore, the Torah says each man he blessed according to his blessing. He blessed them in the plural to say that he included all the different tribes in all the blessings. That's what Rashi says. But the obvious question is, if each of the tribes received all the blessings, then why did Yaakov give a different blessing for each tribe? If they're all the same, then they're all the same. Why does the Torah say that Yehuda gets this and Naphtali gets that when they all got the same thing? And the answer is, as commentaries explain, the Levusha Ora and the Gurarye and others, that the truth is every tribe got a unique blessing. That blessing is its unique virtue, his unique contribution to the world. That's what he's about to be. That's what he's meant to be. But together with this unique blessing that each tribe also got a secondary blessing. For example, in the language of the Gur Aryeh, Yeh Reuven ktsas dimyon el ari. Reuven will also be similar somewhat to the lion. Avaloi ari gami, but he won't be exactly like, it won't be a full lion. He'll have some lion-like qualities, but not completely like a lion, as Yehuda is compared to the might of a lion completely as a full strength of a lion. Reuven does not have that. Just a similarity to a lion, but not fully. The main thing in each tribe, says the Gur Aryeh, is the unique blessing that they received, but there is something of each blessing that they all got. There's something of the lion that Reuben gets, something of the wolf, something of the gazelle, but not fully identifying with that blessing. That's unique to the other tribes. Now, the difference between the blessing of each tribe is also connected to the specific way that each tribe serves Hashem. The blessings of Yaakov talk about the various things that each of his children will be engaged in physically. And the physical business of every Jew, they're in physical involvement, what a Jew is involved with physically, is part of the service of Hashem. Torah says all your deeds should be for the sake of Hashem. In all your actions, you should know Hashem. So if everyone's involved in something, in different things, so they're doing them for the sake of Hashem, so then there are different paths in serving Hashem. So you can compare the way each of the children of Yaakov are serving Hashem because they're engaged in different things. So the differences that Yaakov has designated for his children also points at a different way of serving Hashem. If you're supposed to serve Hashem in all your ways and all for the sake of Hashem, you're doing something different. So the way that is done is different. You have different. You're involved in something different. Therefore, your engagement is different, and your attitude and your perspective is different. Even though it's all for the sake of Hashem, it's still different. So, for example, Torah says, Zvulun is oisei perkamak, as it says in Tanchuma. Zvulun is involved in business. He has the attribute of kindness. He has the attribute of charity. Yisachar oisei b'Torah. Yisachar, the tribe of Yisachar, is involved in studying Torah. So, since the Torah says that each of the tribes has all the virtue of all the others, we have to say that even a Jew who studies Torah, day and night, has to also be involved in doing kindness. And conversely, even a businessman who is involved in business, and that's his main service of Hashem, kindness and tzedakah, he also has to have the virtue of studying Torah too. It's not enough just to do business. Okay, so that's the spiritual counterpart, as the Arizal writes, that the division of Yaakov in different blessings is different ways of serving Hashem. And although they're different ways, but everyone has to adopt something of the other. That's the general idea. You have your main way of serving Hashem, and you also have to adopt something of the other. But how does that work exactly? So there are actually three different models that are parallel to the three ways of understanding how Yaakov's blessings extended beyond the specific tribe that he was blessing. Let's look at the words of the Tanchuma. The Tanchuma says these words. Medrash Tanchuma. Nashim Yehuda eretz she'osa sa'orim. Yaakov blessed Yehuda with a land that produces barley. Uvinyamin eretz she'osa chitim. And to Binyamin, to the tribe of Benjamin, blessed with produce. But nevertheless, Yaakov included them all with the same blessing because they all eat from each other. So Yehuda produces barley, Binyamin produces wheat. They eat from each other. You don't only have barley in the tribe of Binyamin shares and sells his barley to Yehuda. Yehuda sells his barley to the tribe of Binyamin. So in a similar way, in our service of Hashem, not just like in the physical sense, Yehuda didn't produce wheat in his field, but he ate from the field of the other tribes, the tribe of Binyamin. So too, we could say that the businessmen, the tribe of Zvulun, their connection to the study of Torah is that they receive reward for the study of Torah. They're supporting the study of Torah, and therefore they're rewarded with the study of Torah. They're rewarded with the same reward for those who study Torah, although they're not studying Torah themselves. But since they support Torah, they receive the reward for the study of Torah. So the tribe of Zvulun is getting something from the tribe of Yisachar. They're importing to themselves the merit of the study of Torah. Similarly, Zvulun, similarly Yisachar, Yisachar is benefiting, is able to study Torah because of the business of Zvulun. Why can Yisachar study Torah? It's all because of Zvulun. So the study of Torah of Yisachar is because he is benefiting. He's not making money himself, but he's benefiting from the financial success of his brother Zvulun. That's one way of understanding it. Each tribe is unique. Each tribe does their thing, but they get the merit of each other. But then there is another language of the Medrash in Breshus Rabbah. It says this: Chazer v'kolon kulin ke'echad v'asan aroyis v'asan nechashim. Yaakov included all the tribes together, and he made them into lions, he made them into snakes. That means by the tribes uniting with each other and nourishing from each other, they are all receiving individually the virtue of the others, not just receiving some benefit from the others' virtue, but they're also adopting something of the other's virtue. So what that means is that not only is the businessman investing in the Torah study of the other tribe, and not only is the one who is studying Torah giving away some of the merit of his Torah study to the businessman, but more, those who are studying Torah inspire those who are doing business that they should set aside time to study Torah. So they're also receiving the virtue of studying Torah themselves. They are also studying Torah. They're inspired by their brothers, their cousins, the tribe of Zulun, his cousins, the tribe of Yisachar. So the tribe of Zulun is learning from the tribe of Yisachar, like, yeah, we should do this too. And so they're inspired by the tribe of Yisachar. And they're also studying Torah. And similarly, the businessmen who are involved in doing kindness, they inspire the Torah scholars not only to study Torah, but also to be involved in kindness. As it says in the Talmud, Kol ha'omer ein li ela Torah, afilu Torah ein lo. Someone says, all I have is Torah. It says in Gemara Yevamos, page 109b, all I have is Torah. He doesn't have Torah either. If someone says, all I do is Torah, I don't do kindness. The Talmud says, you don't have Torah either. You have to have Torah and kindness. If you think that you could just study Torah alone and not be involved in kindness, you're not getting Torah either. To get Torah, you have to have kindness. So the businessman also has to study Torah, and the Torah scholar has to also be engaged in kindness. So in this model, the model of the Menish Tanchuma, they're all lions, they're all snakes. Not only is each tribe benefiting from what the other one is doing, but each one is receiving from the other the virtue itself of the other tribe. Yisachar is engaged in kindness. Zvulun is engaged in Torah study. But Rashi adds something more. Rashi says, it sounds like from Rashi's words, that Yaakov gave away the blessings to them all equally. Kolon kul mikol habrachas. He gave them all the blessings. It sounds like not only does each tribe nourish from and receive from the other tribes, but if more, each tribe has all of the virtues in a perfect way. This needs to be explained. We said before that every tribe, you have to say that Yaakov was giving each tribe a unique blessing. That's his main blessing. The other blessings are secondary. But the way Rashi phrases it, it sounds like that each tribe has the perfection of all the others. So, explanations like this. A businessman has to also be engaged, also has to have a set time to study Torah. As it says in the Mishnah, in Pirkei Avos, chapter 4, Mishnah 10, you should lessen the time you spend doing business, and you should be involved in studying Torah. And the Rebbe used the term many times, to steal. You should steal from the time of doing business and engage in studying Torah. And even someone who the Torah itself says that the only time that he is permitted to study Torah is a one chapter in the morning, one chapter in the evening, even someone who can't study more Torah than that, he has to at least try, not at least try, he is able to create an oasis in time, so that time he's studying Torah is analogous to this one who's studying Torah all day. The one whose Torah is his sole profession is studying Torah all day, and that quality of completely like zoning into Torah. And so too, the businessman has to adopt that mindset while he's studying Torah, so that he is completely engaged in the study of Torah. There's no other thoughts in his mind. And when he has that perspective, what's going on? He is now fully adopting the merit and the virtue and the attitude of someone whose sole profession is studying Torah. He's receiving the full, he's not just partially adopting little bit of the Torah scholar. He's also setting up time to study Torah, but he's actually copying the Torah scholar in the study of Torah. He's fully there. He is completely engaged in the study of Torah. There's no other thoughts in his mind. He's completely engaged. It's like Shabbos. So I want to explore a little bit more what that looks like. But before I do, I just wanted to conclude. So each Jew has his unique way of serving Hashem. And yet, Maimonides writes, and the Alter Rebbe mentions the laws of Torah study, that everyone's obligated to study Torah. No matter if you're rich, if you're poor, if you're healthy, God forbid you're not healthy, every Jew is obligated to study Torah. And while you're studying Torah, it has to be in the language of the Mishnah, Torahscha kva mlachtacha arim. Your Torah is permanent and your business is secondary. Your business is transient. Okay, so what does that look like? And conversely, even those who their main engagement is in Torah study, they shouldn't just look at kindness as something that is not important. Their engagement in kindness has to be with a full heart and with a full generosity, that it's something important that they're connected to, that they're dedicated to, that they think about. In Kabbalah and Chassidus, there's a lot of discussion about the attribute of Yesod. Yesod means bonding. Bonding is what gives you success in something. Alter Rebbe says in Tanya that a father can study with his son, use the same words. If he's not bonding with his son, his son won't understand the lesson as much as when he's bonding with his son. Bonding means that you're into it. You care about it. So the Torah scholar has to care about kindness, and the businessman has to care about Torah. What creates that care? So Chassidus says, Das gives birth to Yesod. If you think about it, and it's on your mind, that creates that level of caring, and that creates that level of really fully engaged Torah study. So what does that look like? I want to focus on the businessman studying Torah. The Rebbe used these words. The Torah was given on Shabbos. The Torah was given on Shabbos. What's the message for us? What happens on Shabbos? It says in the code of Jewish law that a person should look at himself every Shabbos as if all his work is done. And so too, when you're studying Torah, it has to be like it's Shabbos. And so the Rebbe says these words. When a Jew sits at time to study Torah and the phone rings, he doesn't answer the phone because it's Shabbos. When someone tells him you have an opportunity in business to make millions of golden coins, the Jew responds, right now, it's Shabbos for me. Something to do with health. Shabbos, as we say in the Mishnah Berach on Shabbos, that because it's Shabbos, we don't scream and cry for matters of health, and the refuah and the health will come speedily. And it's not, the Rebbe says, that at this moment doesn't know the world exists. He knows the world exists. And he knows there are important things that he has to be making an effort. But at this hour, not necessarily this 60 minutes, whatever time is dedicated to Torah study, it's Shabbos, all his work is done. So, although he can't do this all the time, but while he's studying Torah, that's the way it is. I want to read you, paraphrase in Hebrew, a letter that wrote on this subject. This guy writes to the Rebbe that he writes to the Rebbe many questions he has about Torah. And then he apologizes for asking the Rebbe these questions, saying these questions are simple and probably I shouldn't ask these questions. I should probably just spend time doing business, and this is probably not my thing. That's what he writes to the Rebbe. So Rebbe said, I can't agree with that. Look in the mirror, basically. For thousands and thousands of years, your soul, which is the main thing in every Jew, was involved solely in Torah. While it was in heaven, before it came down to this world, your soul was involved solely in Torah study. And after you live in this physical world, your soul will return to study Torah and be involved in the wisdom of Torah, which is infinite forever and ever and ever. So in between, for a few decades, God has arranged for you to be involved in business. How can you look at the business as this is what you're engaged in, this is what you're about, and Torah study is something secondary? Okay, that's one line. Another point that it takes from the this person's business and a message he has from Hashem, from a specific role in business. Baal Shem Tov taught that whatever a Jew sees or hears is a message from Hashem. You have to learn a lesson from that in serving Hashem, especially something which is a source of your income, which you're involved in for a lot of time, many days in the year and many hours in the day. So this business that you're going to do in a good and auspicious hour with this new invention is this. You take, I'm not sure exactly what this guy did, but he took used bags. I'm not sure what kind of bags. And because they were used, they had some kind of bacteria that was attached to them. And this bacteria, not only are they not beneficial, but they could also ruin what's put into those bags. So therefore, an effort is made to remove the bacteria. And one of the ways to remove the bacteria is to put the bags in a closed place, make that closed vacuum hotter than usual, a heat that the bacteria cannot survive in, and automatically the bags become free from the bacteria, they can be used again. So it's so too in our lives. The good inclination, the soul, the Yetzer Tov, comes to a person at 13 years old. A person has already been used by the evil inclination, which comes into a person when he's born, 13 years before. And the evil inclination says, hey, I have a chazaka, I have a halachic claim to this body, this person. I'm the firstborn here. I am the one, all the thoughts, words, and actions should be governed by me. I'm here first. So there's something that can be done so that our thought, speech, and action shouldn't be quickly derailed to strange thoughts and strange intent that come from evil inclination. That we shouldn't be jaded and convinced by evil inclination to think the wrong thoughts and to be engaged in the wrong ideas. The advice is that for a section of the day, amount of time, we should separate ourselves from the air around us, the external air, just like the bags are put into its closed vacuum. So too we should separate ourselves from the external air, and we should close ourselves in the 4 cubits of the synagogue, in the yeshiva, in a place of study, and there we should warm ourselves up more than usual with love of Hashem, love of Torah, love of the Jewish people, and then this specific bag is freed from the bacteria of the evil inclination, and then what will be put into the bag is healthy and is useful. And just like in these bags, in a simple sense, it's not sufficient to just clean it once so that it could be used. So too in the bag that is man. When a man gets up in the morning, he has to, every day anew, fill himself with warm, Jewish, Chassidic warmth. And then he can be certain he'll learn Torah and do mitzvahs with the right intent, the right attitude. So we have to have that time when we are purifying ourselves from all the bacteria, and we start off our day, we immerse ourselves with love of Hashem, love of Torah, love of the Jewish people, and then we are, it'll be cleansed, and then engage in Torah mitzvahs with the right intent. That's the it's a message of today. No matter what's going on in your life, you have to spend time studying Torah, and that has to be a focus. It has to be a focus that you're doing, and that you care about it, and it's meaningful to you. As Rebbe said, every moment you spend studying Torah brings hours of success in business. So not just something that you're doing for God, but something that also benefits you and lucrative to you. And this certainly, having that attitude, certainly gives you the new energy, new excitement in the Torah study. And this is the key to bring out God's blessings, and especially the main blessing we're waiting for, as Rebbe told one little boy, study Torah, Mashiach will come fast. Achaim.